We need more YouTube subscribers.
It is growing. It's not like it's stagnant. It's just growing very slowly. The thing about YouTube is, the thing about content in general, right, is that each individual platform has a specific way that you can play the game for that platform, give the platform what it wants, so you get hella followers and you can grow like a substantial audience on that platform. The thing is, I don't want the conversation hat to be a TikTok channel. I want the conversation hat to be a podcast. Everything other than the podcast is completely ancillary. I'm not prioritizing how many followers we have on, for example, TikTok, because I'm not going to play the TikTok game. I don't care about giving TikTok the kind of content it wants. I'm happy to make this short form content because it's fairly easy and straightforward to do. It doesn't cost me anything to do it. So it may as well be up there for the occasional video that gets 30,000 views, and then we maybe get a knock-on effect from those. Like that's no big deal. Likewise with YouTube, like we're doing super short form, the portrait content, and then we're doing long form, like the 40-minute podcast episodes.
Hello.
And then the occasional live stream. We're giving YouTube different varieties of content. What YouTube really wants us to also be doing is 5 to 10 minute content as well, which we do very occasionally in the form of Kernel of Truth, stuff like that. But that's a lot of time and effort to create content like that we just don't really have. Yeah, that took days. So if we wanted to really grow our YouTube, we'd have to do more of that. But I'm not so worried about growing the YouTube because we're a podcast.
Hello.
Likewise with Instagram, I'm not really fussed how many followers we have on Instagram because we're a podcast. So it's the podcast numbers that I'm worried about. But then the thing is, well, how do you grow a thing like a podcast? Well, you grow it by doing social video. Okay, so I'll do that. But I also don't really want to give Instagram... Well, I can't give Instagram what it wants because we don't have 1,000 followers yet.
No.
So that there is really no point in trying. The Instagram strategists that I've spoken to have basically said, up to 1,000 followers, the strategy is you steal other people's content. You take things that have gone viral, you tweak it ever so slightly, or if you really want to waste an afternoon, you refilm it yourself. But there is no point in trying under 1,000. When you hit 1,000, it's a different app.
Like, follow, favourite, subscribe. Patreon.us. Gimme.
Because there are people who have massive... I don't know when in that I will fade up, but I'm not going to lose all 4 minutes of that, because I think it might be mildly interesting to someone.
That's what we go for. That's what we're aiming for.
It's mildly interesting for a specific kind of goober. I think consider the fact that we have a consistent, okay Patreon following, and we make money from Patreon. There are people with, like, TikTok accounts that regularly go viral that wish they made the money that we make on Patreon, even though it's not that much. We make about enough to cover the website costs every year, which is, you know, significant. It's something that I don't have to pay for. There are people who regularly go viral that wish they had that. So it's like, you know, I'm not so worried about, like, the numbers we get on any app because our website is paid for by people that like this show. So if we had more of them, we could get better cameras, and then maybe we'd go also do some numbers on TikTok.
We'd dress better.
I'm incapable of dressing better.
You're barely capable of dressing.
This is true.